Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It has been a minute since I've done a tutorial, so today is a tutorial slash review on the new KathleenLights X Il Makiage eyeshadow palette. This just came out. I did personally buy it myself because one, I want to support Kathleen, and this eyeshadow palette looked like something that I'd be really interested in, something that I would actually use. And I know a lot of us have a lot of neutral palettes and whatnot, but this one spoke to me, and I just like the colors that she chose for this palette, and just even on her channel. This is totally me, a neutrals palette with a few fun colors. That's up my alley. I'm not familiar with this makeup brand, but I have seen it all over Pinterest, specifically like that foundation. One of my friends have talked about it being really good, but besides that, it was my first time going on their website and purchasing this. We have a bunch of different mattes and shimmers. To me, this is a perfect palette because we have shimmers, we have lighter beiges, we have darker browns. You just get a mix of everything, and then the pop of colors are just so much fun. The only thing that's like quite bulky is their logo right here. Is that really necessary? But maybe you would use it for your hand, kind of like this. I don't know. But I do enjoy the big mirror. I always appreciate that. And it also came with liners, 3 colors. I ended up purchasing the brown shade because that's the one that I would use the most. And going back to the eyeshadow palette before I forget, you can take the plastic off, and then with the stickers that they gave to you, you can put them on, which is a lot of fun. You can customize it. I could totally see someone younger really enjoying that. I'm probably just gonna keep it like this, keep it super clean and neat, but that's just me. If you're interested in seeing this eyeshadow tutorial and you just wanna know my overall thoughts, keep watching, and I do have a word test at the very, very end. I haven't done a makeup tutorial in a really long time, so I'm excited about this video, guys. I'm just going to pull my hair back like usual. This might be my first time doing something like this on my channel, which is very interesting. I really enjoy Kathleen and her videos, and I feel like she's someone that I would get along with very well. I'm very excited to try this out and do a fun makeup look. Isn't this palette gorgeous? Now, I know a lot of us have our neutral palettes. I definitely do as well, but I don't think I have too many. I'm very purposeful with my eyeshadow palettes and what I like to buy of this size. And the last time I got one was the Patrick Ta one, and that was more of the rosy tones. But this is something that I will use most days, and I like a neutral palette, but then I also like a couple of fun colors, you know? When I do want to be a little more daring, when I just want to do something a little bit different, this is what I like to buy. I love Kathleen's makeup looks. I find them to be quite similar to mine, but she has way more eyelid space to fit all of these beautiful colors. So I'm very interested to see what I'm going to do. I definitely want to use this beautiful lilac shade. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it seems like these shimmer shades you can use as a one and done, which to me, I love a good one and done eyeshadow. I do that most days. I'm going to start off with this lighter beige shade. This is a color that I would typically use in the lid area. That shade is called Groovy, if I'm reading it correctly. I feel like I always read these wrong, which is why I don't like to say the names. I kind of just like to point. And I'm using a smaller brush because, again, I don't know how pigment this is going to be. So I'd rather just work my way up. I'm just gonna add it to the outer corner, kind of just pull it out. Now, I did use eyeshadow primer. I tend to do that most days just to make sure everything lasts all day, and it just also helps with the color as well. And I like using the Ulta Beauty primer. Then I'm just pulling it out, whatever's left over on the brush. So there is some kickback with the matte shadows. I don't really mind that as much. For any of you that are concerned, there is some of that. Starting off really great. Now we're gonna go in with this peachy shade. I'm gonna add the tiniest bit, and this I'm really focusing right here just to add a little more definition. Okay, building it up even more, make it a little more intense. Trying to go out of my comfort zone. We're just going to go for it, and I'm going to be using this color on the inner corner but pulling it out. And I'm not sure how it's going to do without any kind of setting spray, so we'll see how pigmented it is. I kind of just want like a wash of color, like not too pigmented. And then I'm going to blend it with the matte shadows. All right, pretty. I'm just going for a wash. Do I think you can make this even more pigmented? Absolutely, especially with like setting spray or even using a primer that's white. I'm just diffusing it into the matte shades. This is so pretty. I don't believe I have anything like this. But then again, I don't really wear purple eyeshadow. But I like how this is flat because then all I'm doing is like patting. This is what we are working with so far. I'm still figuring out what I want to do on my eyelids. I think I'm going to go in with another shimmer. I'm just not too sure which one I should do. These two look very similar to one another, but I do believe they are different. I'm just going to swatch all of the shimmers for you guys just so you guys can see the differences, at least on my skin tone. I'm kind of stuck between these two, and I just want a little bit of sparkle, nothing too intense, but I do think you can build these up. I did notice that these are on the powdery side, so when you touch them with your finger, there is a little bit of kickback, and just like the texture of it is really interesting. So it's not like bouncy, it's not moussey or anything. It's just very different from what I have in my collection. I think I'm gonna go with the second one. This one appears a little more champagne, where the first one appears more of like a white gold, I think, hopefully. So if you're following this tutorial and you have this eyeshadow palette, I'll be going in with Love Hangover. I'm using the tiniest bit, because again, I just want a twinkle to the lids, pretty much all over my eyelids, even towards the inner part right here. That is super pretty. So I'm getting a little bit of fallout under the eyes, but not too bad. I feel like it just adds to the makeup look. I think I'm done with the eyeshadows. If I keep going further, I feel like I'm not going to really like this look. So next we're gonna move on to the liners. There were 3 different colors. I ended up just picking out one. I'm looking at the box and it says Super Trouper, but it doesn't have the name on the actual pencil. But there were 2 other colors as well. I ended up choosing this one because I think it's just a brown. Online it says it's a toasted espresso with a light reflecting metallic finish. So that's the sheen that I'm seeing. And this is apparently waterproof. She said this lasts a really long time, so I'm super excited. I guess I could do a wear test. I wasn't planning on doing that, but since we're here, why not? You know, we'll just see how the eyeshadows look and the liner most importantly, because you guys know I love a good brown liner and it's really important that it lasts all day. Am I more excited about the eyeliner than the eyeshadow palette? Maybe. I really liked how you could choose your own bundle and choose your own liner, because the other colors, although they were really pretty, I don't think I would get through them fully. Maybe the burgundy one for this fall, that's really beautiful. Especially if you have green eyes or brown eyes, I feel like they would just make that color pop. If this ends up turning out really good, maybe I'll get that burgundy one. This is a non-retractable. I am going to tight line. It's a very dark brown. And then I'm going to do like a smudgy, smoked out little wing. That liner is super creamy, very pigmented. This is a dark brown. Almost to the point where it kind of looks black, but it's definitely brown. So now I'm just gonna apply my typical mascara. My favorite primer is Essence for anyone who is new here. This is a look, I should just call it a day. Do you remember when white mascara was a thing? I feel like that was only for a hot second. But I'm gonna go in with mascara. I'm testing this one out. I don't wanna say it too soon, but if that video is up, I'll have it right here. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. This is literally my first time trying it out. Wow, my lashes are long. I know this video is not about this mascara, but I just had to point that out. So now let's get into the lips. What should I do? Probably something pinky? That would only make sense. I'm hoping the shade is not too light for me. This is a NYX retractable lip liner in Nude. Sometimes anything that says like nude is just a little too light for my complexion. See, I think this is okay. Anything lighter than this might be too light for me. Maybe it's too pinky for this look, and I should do something slightly warmer because of that peach shadow. I'm just gonna use one that looks good with all looks. This is the M Cosmetics one in Teddy. This is kind of, I would say it's like a warmish beigey nude. You'll see the difference. For the center, I'm gonna go in with this Kosas lipstick in Vegas. Mine is a bit smushy. It must have melted. I think this is gonna be perfect. That's it. 2 more steps and we're done. I'm gonna top it with some lip gloss. This is by Refy. This is just your typical lip gloss. I don't find this to be anything special. Just keeping it super real. It does have a nice shine. This is setting spray. It says it's matte. Not really. I would say it's somewhere in the middle. This is by Makeup Revolution. I know it's not hairspray, although it does look like it. This makeup look is so much fun. Out of my comfort zone. zone, but at the same time not, because we primarily use neutrals. I really enjoyed this palette. I can't wait to create other looks with it. Are you guys wanting to see other looks? Maybe do you want to see a fall look, or I don't know, do you want to see any kind of looks? Just let me know down below. Now, I'm not ending the video. I do want to do a wear test because of that liner. And I was just trying to remove all my swatches, and guess which one's still here? The liner. But you guys know, to me, a swatch isn't the end all be all. So we will see how my eyes look at the end of the day. If you made it this far, 1, thank you for watching. 2, this is going to be the fastest wear test ever, and that's because I was just cooking and cutting. I was cutting an onion and I was cutting a poblano pepper, and after I was cutting, I like touched my nose just like that, right? And now my nose is like burning. It is so uncomfortable, and I am so excited to wash my face and just soothe my nostrils essentially. So super quick liner, really good. Now this is not a full wear test. I think it's only been about 5 or so hours, unfortunately, guys. If you see this in future tutorials or even in my fall favorites video later, well, maybe in a couple months, then you know this is a real one. But even taking the swatch off, really hard. Soap and water was not enough. I really had to scrub at it, and that to me tells me something. And then even just after 5 hours, I don't see anything under the eyes or in the inner corner. It looks the exact same. Even the shadows look really beautiful, still pigmented. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm excited to create other looks. So if you want to see some other things, I might do something on Instagram, do a reels, something quick and shorter so it's not too repetitive on my YouTube channel. But if you want to see that, definitely follow me on my Instagram. It's just me, Sitler. Super quick, I hope you guys understand. Before I leave and before you leave, like this video, subscribe to this channel for more fashion and beauty content. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!